This video is going to be multiplying by 10, 100 and 1,000 using a place value grid. So the first thing you need to do is have a place value grid. If you don't have one, you can just draw one. That's no problem. And then the question for this, we're going to start off with 32 times 10. And on the place value grid, you're going to start by writing 32. The important thing is that you place it in the right spot or the right column of the place value grid. So 30 needs to go in the tens column, so 3, and 2 is for the ones column, so 32. When you are multiplying using a place value grid, you are going to be making the number bigger. So you need to move it to the left because each of these columns is 10 times bigger than the column before. And one of the easy ways to remember how many jumps you have to make is you look at the number of zeros in the question. If you're multiplying by 10, there is 1 0, so you only have to make 1 jump for each of the numbers. So I'm going to start with the tens and I'm going to jump 1 place to the left because it's going bigger, and I'm going to write a 3 there. And then I'm going to move across to the 2, 1 jump to the left because we're multiplying it by 10, and put a 2 down here. So at the moment, I have a 3 in the hundreds column, a 2 in the tens column, and the ones column is empty. You can't have an empty ones column. There must always be a digit in there. So if it looks empty, it has to have a 0, which is going to be a placeholder. So the answer to this question, 32 times 10, is going to be 320. Now we can do the same, but with a larger number. So for the next question, we're going to practice multiplying by 100. So we're going to have the question 15 times 100. And again, we're going to use the place value grid. And when you are multiplying, you're going to move everything to the left. So start off by putting 15 in the correct columns. If you're ever uncertain, you can always write it backwards by putting the 5 in the ones column and then the 1 in the tens column. So we have 15. Now, as we're multiplying, we go to the left. And to check the number of jumps we need to make, we check how many zeros are in the number 100. There are 2 zeros, so we make 2 jumps. So we start by going 1 jump and then 2 jumps. And I'm just going to write the answer underneath just so I have more space. And again, we need to start with the 5 and make 2 jumps to the left. So 1 jump, 2 jumps, and put the 5 there. And just like in the previous question, we have got 2 empty columns, which you can't have empty columns when you are multiplying. So we're going to have to put a placeholder in, which is going to be a 0 and another 0. So 15 times 100 is going to be 1,500. Now this works for decimal numbers, it works for 3-digit numbers, 2-digit numbers, all the same method. So this time I will show you using a decimal number multiplying by 100. So if we have 2.7 times 100. So again, we use the place value grid and we're going to put 2.7. Making sure the decimal point is really clear so it doesn't get muddled up for 27. And same again, 27 times 100. If you're multiplying, you're going to go to the left, and there are 2 zeros in 100, so it's 2 jumps to the left. So we're going to go 1, 2, and put a 2 there. And then with the 7, you can't jump into this column. You have to go over the decimal point. So you're going to have to go 1 jump, goes over the decimal point, 2 jumps, and put the 7 there. And then just as we had before, we can't have an empty ones column, so we're going to put a 0 in as a placeholder, and the answer to 2.7 times 100 is 270. So now we will be multiplying by 1,000. So if we have the calculation 59 times 1,000, we use our place value grid and we place 59 on the place value grid. And then we are going to be multiplying. So we're going to go to the left, and there are 3 zeros in 1,000, which means 3 jumps to the left. So I'm going to start with the 5 and go 1, 2, 3, put 5 there. With the 9, 1, 2, 3. The 9 has ended up in the thousands column. And again, we can't have empty columns, so we're going to have to put a placeholder, which is going to be a 0. So 1, 2, 3 zeros, and the answer to 59 times 1,000 is 59,000. This time I'm going to go over them again, but using more decimal numbers. So again, we'll practice multiplying by 10, 100, and 1,000, but using the decimal numbers. Or you can use larger numbers. It doesn't matter. The same method applies every single time. So if you wanted to do 3.16 multiplied by 10, so 3.16 multiplied by 10, we'll put it in the correct columns. So 3.16. And then as we're multiplying by 10, we are going to make it bigger. So we're going to move to the left, and there is 1 0. So everything's going to move 1 place to the left. I'm going to start with the 3, 1 jump to the left. And then the 1 has to jump over the decimal point. And it's going to go there. And then the 6 jumps across 1 and goes here. So at the moment, we've got a 3, a 1, and a 6, and the decimal point column is empty. We need to put the decimal point back in, because that's part of the decimal point column, and the answer is now 31.6. So 3.16 multiplied by 10 is 31.6.